Hey everyone, we're going to be talking about the Chapter 4 characters, George and Kendall. They're from Dread here. This is the box art, and this is the character here. It's two characters, but one player deck. Only takes one character to navigate through. Pretty cool mechanics in this deck. You're going to have two roll cards. So let's jump right in and talk about the mechanics. The bottom abilities are all going to have Starweave. So we'll go over Starweave real quick. And as we go over it, I'll explain more in detail. So bottom abilities on your powers are Starweave abilities. They require dice values adding up to the total. Example, if an ability requires 14 Starweave, you can activate it using dice values such as 554, 662, 11234, etc. So you just need to make the total value equal the Starweave value. And so let's finish this roll card, then we'll talk about Starweave. When you activate a Starweave ability, the next top ability you activate costs one less die. So top abilities, as you can see up here, will cost one less die. Target a power. If the top ability on that power is activated this round, before exhausting it, that player may use those dice to activate the bottom ability on that power. Exhaust it after activating the bottom ability or at the end of the round. So you can target any player's power. That's target a power. So I could target Unbane's power. I can target any other character's power. It doesn't have to be your own power. So pretty cool. You could get a double activation off before exhausting. For really, really awesome flip effect. I love it. But remember, you won't have access to your passive, which can reduce a top ability by one die, which is really nice. Let's go over a couple of these Starweave abilities, and we'll go over the next roll card. So, like Discovery here, you can see it has two options: deal all players 2 damage, deal 8 damage, deal all players 1 damage, deal 15 damage. 36 Starweave, you would need six dice that are 6. Let's look at Meteor Shower. This one's really cool. You deal 2 damage for each die used to activate this ability. These count as separate attacks. So if you use 6 ones, you would deal 12 damage at each count as separate attacks. I can give one more example of kind of the variety of Starweave abilities. This one's deal 9 damage, sets this power aside instead of exhausting. Next combat round, pay 10 Starweave. If you don't, you remove this power from the game, which would be really bad because you lose a player slot. But so technically this costs 20 Starweave, but you're just getting taxed for it later, right? Okay, so let's talk about her roll card and then talk about some of these top abilities. So you have access to both Kendall and George's rolls at all times. You can use both in any round. So we're just letting you know you can flip anytime. You can flip both in the same round, etc. When you add +1 or -1 to Starweave value once per round. So she's helping George get his Starweave. So if you rolled a 10 down here, you could add +1. Or maybe you rolled like a die total of 12 and you want to subtract 1, you can. And then you also have your flip that can add up to +3 or -3 to a Starweave value. So with your passive and your flip, you can get up to +4 or up to -4. Very flexible. So remember, so if George flips his roll card, let's look at these for example. He could say, let's say we activate this ability here. We talked about Meteor Shower before. A 1, 1, and a 2. You would activate this ability, and if you flip George's roll card, or you target this power and then you flip it, you would have 3 dice towards Starweave already. So if you have another 2 1s, you could trigger this deal 2 damage 5 times. Players may count, and then you get the top effect as well. Let's talk about one of her top powers. I think she's very flexible as well. You have possibilities of like replacing this attack. Deal 3 damage, multi-attack 3. That means so if use Unmade to flip the roll, you'll deal 6 damage and then you have to replace it. Like if this is the only ability you activate this round, prevent 1 damage, but you also deal 9. But like I like this one. Target another player's power. Use the value spent on this ability on that power. Those dice come back to you the next round at the same value. You may not reroll those dice, but may use them to activate your abilities. If all 3 dice were used, this power does not exhaust. So you're ping-ponging dice around. That's very cool, especially if all 3 are used. This doesn't exhaust, and you can just keep sending them back over to that player. So that's Gravity Boomerang right there. But that's them in a nutshell. If you guys have any comments, please, any questions, just comment below. And please let me know, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Thanks, and be well, everyone. Bye.